Shock the system. Bulletcast for life.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Bulletcast. We are the #1 sports and recreational podcast in the world. I am the greatest sports and recreational podcaster in the world, and I am the current reigning, defending Bulletcast champion, just like Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish, Roddy Strong, and Adam Cole, baby. This title reigns hashtag forever undisputed. For life, brother. I got my tag team partner, ladies and gentlemen, creator of Under the Radar, creator of Curveballs and Chair Shots, Canadian Destroyer, first ever Bulletcast champion, Brandon. How's it going, man?
It's going good. Happy Valentine's Day, Phillip.
Happy Valentine's Day, you know? I got my Valentine right here, this sweet little championship. Probably take her out for a nice date after, you know.
You know, whatever you do in your private time, that's your business.
Alright, Bulletcast episode 107, The Chamber Elimination. Because, you know, the Elimination Chamber is this Sunday. Let's get into this performance-enhancing audio. Before we do that, we have to give our condolences out to Pedro Morales' friends and family and beloved fans all over the world. He passed away a few days ago at the age of 76. Pedro Morales was the fourth man to ever hold the WWE Championship. He held it for, I think, about a 2-year period before Stan Stasiak defeated him. Pedro Morales is often crowned as the first ever WWE Triple Crown winner. I know he held their light heavyweight title or junior heavyweight championship, and I believe he held a tag team title as well. Any thoughts on the late Pedro Morales?
No, I mean, honestly, I don't know a whole lot about him except for kind of the stuff you talked about. You know, the guy who kind of followed Bruno Sammartino when Bruno didn't want to do it anymore. You know, no hate towards him. He's great. He's no Bruno, but he had his run in a very ethnic part of New York City. You know, you had Bruno with the Italians, and then you have Pedro with the Puerto Ricans. So he was, you know, a very ethnic champion, just like how Bruno was, and it's kind of sign of the times to where I was kind of listening to other podcasts, and it was like when he would go to MSG, he'd sell it out, and because they had a heavy population of Puerto Ricans there, but then he would go to other places, he wouldn't do so well. But Bruno more was able to travel around and, you know, get some more, get bigger crowds around, but Pedro Morales, Hall of Famer, definitely deserved to be thought of and remembered fondly on his day of passing.
Yes, Pedro Morales, you will be missed. Rest in peace. Alright, we have some All Elite Wrestling news to talk about. So last week when we did our show, we were about a few hours ahead of the Double or Nothing ticket announcement pool party that they did at the MGM Grand. We learned a lot. We learned when tickets went on sale. They went on sale this past week. Pre-sale sold out pretty nicely. The regular sale tickets sold out in 4 minutes, so they completely shattered their original record that they made for All In last year.
Which is kind of, you know, I know it's impressive, you know, 4 minutes is what they're touting, but let's be honest, the pre-sale tickets sold out in like a half hour. They only had a few hundred tickets, I've heard, maybe a few thousand, but more like a couple hundred tickets, and that sold out in 4 minutes. That's the reason why they sold out in 4 minutes. Yes, because it was in high demand, but it's not like they sold out all 15,000 or 12,000, whatever it is, in 4 minutes. Kind of like what they did at All In, where it was all at one time, everybody trying to get them at once, and they sold out 10,000 seats in, was there 29 minutes or 27 minutes, whatever the exact number that was.
Something like that, yeah. But still, kudos to Matt and Nick Jackson and Cody for doing that. We learned of some more talent that will be joining All Elite Wrestling. I know, was it Scorpio Sky, Frankie Kazarian, Christopher Daniels at the announcement party. I guess is he the head of the Oriental Wrestling company?
Yes.
I can't remember the guy's name, but they basically said you get 2 of your best guys and let's have a 6-man tag at All In. Pentagon and Phoenix, they showed up, and Matt Jackson got pile drivered, so that's been made for
not official yet.
Not official, but most likely is going to happen at Double or Nothing. Hangman Page was there talking about his potential match, or he made it official with Pac, and he said, you know, he's used to sitting at home anyway, kind of going back to his whole WWE contract thing. But the biggest news, Kenny Omega finally showed up He's a vice president with All Elite Wrestling. And then who shows up? Chris Jericho. So we are getting Alpha versus Omega 2 at Double or Nothing.
Yeah, very exciting. Don't know exactly the story they're going to play up here. It's probably just going to play out on the Being the Elite episodes on YouTube. As we know, last year, the Jericho-Kenny dynamic was a fun, back and forth, and Jericho playing all-out heel. He did a promo on Instagram today. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's on Chris Jericho's Instagram, All Elite's Instagram. Go out and look at his little promo. He basically took credit for All Elite selling out in 4 minutes. So he definitely looks as though Chris is going to play more of a heel. Maybe not as like deviant as he was in New Japan, but I think he's definitely going to go down a similar road.
Yeah. I enjoyed this incarnation of Jericho. I enjoyed the Japanese run that he had, but I stick by it. My favorite Jericho is the suit and tie wearing, using big words, talking very slowly like this, saying he's the best in the world at what he does. That's my favorite incarnation of Jericho. Unfortunately, Jericho doesn't like to rehash old gimmicks, so, I think that would have been an interesting one to see going up against Kenny Omega, but, we got what we got. It's still going to be great. It's still going to be fun, so I can't wait to see how they're going to build that up moving forward with, Being the Elite and, I guess, Jericho's social media promos, so that's going to be interesting. Anything else on AEW you want to talk about?
I was able to secure tickets for Double or Nothing, so I will definitely be in Vegas for Memorial Day weekend. I don't know about this guy over here, but the bag was secured on Monday. I set up, it was just like a sneaker release party. I had like 4 different windows going on, and just by happenstance, I decided to open up my phone just for the hell of it, and it happens that I got it on my phone, and that was the only one that hit, and I got the tickets. So see you guys in Vegas.
I was not able to secure them. Monday I was fulfilling coaching obligations, so I signed on too late. I should have signed on like an hour and a half or an hour, 2 hours before. Maybe I would be going Double or Nothing, but I will check other sites, and I might have to pay an even heftier price. But honest to God, I think it's worth it, to go and experience this. So I'll keep you guys posted if the Podfather is going Double or Nothing with All Elite Wrestling. I'll keep you guys posted. But moving on from that, Dave Bautista, the Animal, Guardians of the Galaxy star, former World Heavyweight Champion. There are rumors that he's been in talks for a WrestleMania 35 match. Don't know who against. It should be against Hunter because of that reunion and promo on Smackdown, one foul. And then Chris Jericho posted a photo of him and Batista. I guess Batista did Jericho's pod again or something like that, so that's going to be released soon. And, there are AEW talks. What are your thoughts on that? Where should Batista land?
Well, I talked a little bit about this on my Under the Radar episode. So
Award-winning.
You can go out and check that out. We talk about New Japan and NXT, and of course, Total Bellas at the end, because I know that's what you guys all care about. But Batista in talks with AEW. I think this is kind of the new normal we're going to be seeing with wrestlers in contract talks. Does this mean he's definitely going to AEW? No, but it's showing that he's using AEW as leverage that possibly he wants to go to WWE. He wants to go to AEW just to maybe I don't think he wants to go just to spite WWE. I think Batista does want to wrestle, but it all depends on what does he want? Does he want to have a specific match like Triple H is what he kind of has been hinting out there for a long time, or does he just want to go out there and tear the house down or just get a payday? So it all depends on what Batista actually wants. If I'm going to put money on it, I would say he would go to WWE just because that's his home. He knows a lot of the guy. He knows practically everybody in charge over there. AEW, I don't know his connections. As you said, Jericho's there, but Jericho's not the higher ups like Cody, Kenny, and all those other people, and Tony Khan. So it's interesting. I think this is just what we're going to be seeing from now on when we hear big names in contract disputes.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing that's floating around. I mean, Diamond Dallas Page was on Sam Roberts' pod earlier today, and he said, he'd do anything for Cody. Cody's like a nephew to him, but, WWE is his home, so to speak, and he has a great relationship with them. So it's going to be interesting to see, like you just said, free agents, people asking for releases, people leaving, say, Impact or Ring of Honor. Where are they going to land? So all that's going to be interesting moving forward. This isn't on the script, but this news broke after I printed the script. Jimmy Uso was arrested. I believe it was yesterday. He had a drunken altercation with a police officer, police officers. The police pulled them over because Naomi was driving on the opposite side of the road on a one-way street or something like that. So Jimmy Uso gets out, takes off his coat and his shirt. Looks like he wants to square up and throw down. And those mugshots out there. He's made bail or whatever because he has a big tag team title match coming up this Sunday. But memes have already swarmed like, wow, it really is an Uso penitentiary. Thoughts on this?
Well, not a good look, obviously, for either one of them because it seems as though both of them. I couldn't exactly. I read the article from TMZ, but it's not clear. I mean, I assume Naomi was drunk as well if she was driving the wrong way. The entire car reeked of alcohol. No talks or no news on what happened to her, so it was he just arrested because he tried to fight a cop, or was it drunkenness or whatever it was, but definitely not a good look for both of them. Is this the second time he's been in jail recently, or was that the other Uso?
I think that was the other Uso.
It was the other Uso, so now they're both been in the Uso penitentiary.
Wow.
But anyways, I mean, not a good look. I don't know what this means for the tag team championship or even the Elimination Chamber match. I mean, do they just quietly sneak Lana in there? They do like a backstage attack angle with Naomi and they put Lana in with Carmella? Who knows? So we're a couple days away. It seems as though maybe not everything's cleared up. Maybe have to go back to court or something like that. But maybe right now they're just going to ignore it and just get on with it.
We shall see. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this news broke last week. I forgot to put it on the script. Pat McAfee, former NFL punter, signs with WWE. He does the NXT TakeOver pre-shows with Sam Roberts and Charlie Caruso. So yeah, I've heard him on there. He's entertaining at times. So I think having his perspective on wrestling, it's different, it's new, it's something that WWE will use to their advantage.
I'll be honest, I'm not the. I don't watch NXT. I'm the NXT guy, but I don't watch the NXT pre-show. I don't watch any pre-show, to be honest.
Wow.
So I do not know McAfee's work in WWE, but I know his work outside of WWE. I watch his YouTube videos. I listen to the stories he tells and all the other stuff. He's hilarious. If you even sort of know anything about football, if you don't know anything about football, I highly suggest you go out and look at Pat McAfee's work on YouTube. He just tells hilarious stories, and he's a funny guy. So I don't know exactly what he can do in WWE, but if he had his own show and his own little thing on the network, I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see. Hopefully they do something like that. Maybe he makes an appearance on the ENC show, or hell, maybe even Edge and Christian interview him on their podcast. You never know. Let's really get to know Pat McAfee. All right, the Lucha Bros, Rey Fenix and Pentagon, they are going to go up against Rob Van Dam and Sabu.
The match we've all been waiting for.
Yes, at some Impact show, it's like an extreme tag team match, because all these ECW reincarnations, all these years later.
It's almost been 20 years, but we're still doing it.
They just keep happening, So, yeah, I mean, that should be interesting.
It should be interesting. I don't exactly know what to make of this. It's RVD and Sabu. A little past their sell-by date, but
RVD can still he can still hang in there,
It's past their sell-by date. You can still eat it. I wouldn't recommend it, but you could still eat it.
Sabu.
You could still eat it and survive,
I'm not saying Sabu's all the way there as it used to be, but RVD can still he can still hang in there. RVD versus Pentagon 1-on-1, I'd like to see it. I think that'd be interesting.
Sure, why not?
Saw him at a promotion show that I will not mention. A few years ago, saw him live up close. He still looked like he could do all the greatest hits. That's what people are going to be there for at the end of the day. A Rolling Thunder, Monkey Flip, and a 5-star Frog Splash. That's what they're going to be there for.
I remember him making an apple bong on Impact. They opened up the door to his locker and he was making an apple bong. That's my vivid memory of RVD.
Oh, that ganja.
Not meeting him at that show that will not be named, but him making an apple bong on Impact Television.
He was high out of his mind there. You could tell. You could tell. He didn't reek of ganja, but it was definitely affecting him.
He probably just had an edible or something.
All right, Superstar Shakeup, April 15th and 16th. This is when Vince McMahon is going to shake things up again. Notice I got on the VKM shirt today, the mugshot shirt. So where do you think people are going to go?
I don't know. I mean, there's a whole lot of stuff going on. Do we see just Charlotte and Becky move over to Raw since they're practically on Raw already? I think one move that everybody wants to see is Finn going over to SmackDown. I think desperately, if Daniel Bryan's going to be still champion, maybe not past WrestleMania, but I think they definitely need some sort of shake-up to where you get some fresh talent on SmackDown. Saying SmackDown, I mean, both brands, to be honest, like need fresh matchups and new faces. So, I mean, we're going to see some NXT call-ups as well. So, if we're going to pick people coming up from NXT, I think, the top guys, I think Aleister Black should be up already. I think he's fantastic. Undisputed Era, maybe, but I think they still have some things to do. That's the thing, is like NXT, Velveteen Dream's always up, is there as well, but yeah. I'd much rather see NXT in NXT because I know they're going to be used properly there.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see, I'd like to see Finn on SmackDown. I'd like to see, honestly, sometime in the future, I'd like to see Seth or Roman move over to what's going to be Friday nights coming up in October. I'd like to see them on the Blue brand. I'd like to see that drastic shakeup, I know you enjoy the Monday Night Rollins t-shirts, and I know the big dog is on the big show bringing the big fight, but we gotta shake things up again. Truly shake things up. I'd like to see the tag team scene on Monday Night Raw revitalized. Seriously, like, what if there's a scenario where you have the Usos, the Revival, Gallows and Anderson, Roode and Gable all on one show?
Or since we have women's tag team championships now, why don't we have women's tag teams on one and men's tag team on the other? Boom. Case closed. I solved it all.
One pair of tag team titles for the men, by the way.
Let's go home.
One pair. You need to get back to just one title for...
No, you still have the Raw and SmackDown titles, but, only on Raw or SmackDown. So, someone could be the SmackDown champion, but they're still on Raw. So, why not have both championships? Because more championships for everybody. Because, it's 2019. Everyone needs a ribbon.
So what you're saying is we need more championships here.
Yep, because I can't hold one to save my life.
Hey, man. I'll take that into consideration.
Sasha Banks of this podcast.
It's okay, man. It's all right. All right, Randall Keith Orton, he has a WWE milestone. Let me pull it up. So, as of SmackDown Live in that match, Randy Orton is tied with Chris Jericho for the third place in regards to the most televised matches in WWE history, which is 746 matches on TV. Orton's next target is the Big Show's record, which is... Big Show is second in place with 798.
Let me guess. Let me guess who's number one. Do you think I can guess who number one is?
Who's number one?
Is it Kane?
It is Kane.
Woo! Look at me. I'm so smart.
Maybe a Bulletcast Trivia Championship. There we go.
So smart.
There we go. Bulletcast Trivia title coming soon. Congratulations, Randall. Good stuff, I guess. He was only in the match on Tuesday for 10 seconds?
But he won it.
That's all that matters, dude. That's all that matters. All right, inside of the ring, Dean Ambrose versus Nia Jax is advertised at some city in Arkansas on February 22nd of this month. This year.
Okay.
Yes.
They didn't really do anything this week on Raw, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Card subject to change.
So, I wouldn't be shocked if we get this match at WrestleMania, if this is just a dry run, but...
Let's not do that.
You never know.
Shield reunion, WrestleMania, help Seth win the title. That's what's happening, dude. Come on.
Or Nia Jax versus Dean Ambrose, with Dean Ambrose doing the job on the way out.
Yes. All right, Jay White, he wins the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. Finally. Ever since that Cow Palace show, man, I've been on this Jay White bandwagon. I'm excited. I'm happy for him. He's only 26? Congratulations to the guy.
Dethroned Tanahashi to become the new IWGP Heavyweight Champion. Much deserved, as you said. He's been doing great work, great heel work. I wouldn't say that he's a replacement to Kenny. He's definitely a different character. Kenny, I think, appealed to both the international and the Japanese audience. I think Jay White doesn't appeal to anybody because he's just a downright heel, and he doesn't care what you think. He's just going to go out and kick some ass and defend his championship. So, the AEW New Japan relationship is still ongoing and just in flux, and who really knows what's going to go on there. Definitely something to keep an eye on, because Kenny tweeted out the other day that like he's open to going, anything's possible in wrestling, so he could go back to New Japan. But as of right now, Jay White's seeming he's the top dog in that promotion. I think he's going to hold it all the way till Wrestle Kingdom next year, where he loses it to Tetsuya Naito.
Okay. Jay White, you appeal to me, my brother. You do. You do. Seriously, big career win for you, man. Congratulations. He was at an APW show. I think it was, 2017, I believe? Yeah, so I think we were at that show.
He was a young boy.
Yeah, I think we might have been at that show. I can't remember.
I've been to too many shows to remember.
Yeah. But shout out, man. Shout out to the boy, Jay White. All right, this day in wrestling, St. Valentine's Day Massacre 1999. This was the only one they ever did at this pay-per-view. I wish they had done more.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how the dates line up, because this technically did happen on Valentine's Day. So, I don't know, 7 years later, or however the calendar works, 8 years later.
They could have done one.
They could have done another one there. But I think, I mean, technically, like, the name itself isn't very PG, if you know what the St. Valentine's Day Massacre is.
Yeah,
so maybe that's the reason why WWE hasn't done that.
Yeah, it was like 1929 on Valentine's Day. It was some gang warfare, and like 7 people died. And that's why it was a massacre. It's not that great, you know? It's not that great. All right, The Rock returns 2011. This is when he comes back. He hosts WrestleMania 27, leading to his match with John, once in a lifetime. And then it was so good, we did it the next year. You know, twice in a lifetime. All right, and Big Daddy V, Viscera, Mabel, the world's largest love machine, would have been 48 on this day. R.I.P. Big Daddy V.
Isn't it apropos that Big Daddy V was born on Valentine's Day?
I know. Viscera, he was making it, man. Gotta miss Viscera. I miss Big Daddy V. His theme song is very underrated. All right, fan mail. Let's hop into it real quick. Hootie Hoo 420.
Hootie Hoo.
Does Undertaker make an appearance at WrestleMania this year? I don't know. He's taking.
Well, who knows? Because he's going to be appearing at Starrcast 2.
Really?
So yeah, just announced a few minutes ago.
You meeting the dead man?
That's the plan.
Get that plaque signed.
That's always been my goal, is to meet the Undertaker. I don't know if I'm going to bring my little funny car to go get signed, but I do have the Shawn Michaels autograph where he's diving through the ropes from WrestleMania 26. He signed that. Maybe going to get that signed by the Undertaker, if I can get some tickets as well. Probably going to get my Starrcast bracelets tonight before they go on sale to the public, so just to secure that bag as well. But the Undertaker...
There are bracelets for Starrcast?
That's how you get into the building.
God, wow.
You know, I do my research before I look into these things.
Wow, this is really happening. Well, you know, he's taking $25,000 bookings, so I don't know.
But anyways, the Undertaker being at WrestleMania... It's in New York. It's a big deal. He's taking bookings outside. Does that mean he's not going to be in WWE anymore? Possibly.
Look, Taker doesn't have to have a match at WrestleMania, you know. Just, look, WrestleMania without The Undertaker doesn't feel like WrestleMania. Like, the gong can hit, he can... look, scenario, the Andre the Giant Battle Royal thing or whatever, right? Kurt Hawkins eliminates a couple people. He finally thinks he got a big win. Lights go out. Gong hits. The dead man. Tombstone. Throw him over the top rope. Yada, yada, yada. Something like that, you know? Look, the Undertaker has to appear in some way, shape, or form at WrestleMania. You know?
I think I don't know if he'll be at WrestleMania. He might be associated with WrestleMania. He might do some meet and greets. I think just because he's doing this Starrcast event, I don't think that means he's going to be, you know, ousted from the company. There are other names out there. I mean, Ric Flair's there, Bret Hart. I mean, basically every big name you can think of that's been with WWE that's even like affiliated, that's been on TV as a legend the past couple years is going to the Starrcast event. So I think Taker doing this isn't going to, like, you know, he's not going to be casted out of the company or anything like that.
He's not going to be ostracized.
I just don't think, like, these last few years, it's been hard to watch Undertaker wrestle, and I don't know if I want to see him wrestle again. I mean, if he is going to wrestle, I think it needs to be, like, his last match, advertise it, he goes out, but then we thought that with Roman Reigns, and then he keeps wanting to come back for the money, or for the pride, or who knows.
I don't know, man. I mean, you know, Undertaker's last great in-ring performance. I mean, come on. That match with Shawn, WrestleMania 25. I've said it so many times on this podcast. We're coming up on the 10-year anniversary of that match. You know, it was absolute magic. You know, the 26 match, it was okay. You know, it was cool. Lightning doesn't strike twice. He had some good ones with Hunter. You know, the end of an era match, that was really good. But nothing lives up to that one Shawn match. Just for me as a fan. But you know, I love Taker. I need to see him at WrestleMania in some way, shape, or form. Yes. All right, moving on. Jack of all trades. No Hall of Fame inductee announcements yet. Why so late?
Because no one cares about the Hall of Fame. Let's be honest.
Well, I care about the Hall of Fame.
I don't care. About
the Hall of Fame. You know, we're there to pay our respects to. Okay, look, some people who have been inducted, I do not agree with. I'm completely honest with you. Why the hell do we have a celebrity wing? We don't need that. You know, the whole Connor's Cure thing, and that's understandable. I'll accept that. You know, but like
because philanthropy is the future of marketing.
Look, Hillbilly Jim. What did he do? What seriously? Tell me, what did he do?
He was in like that Hulk Hogan cartoon in the 80s.
He didn't do anything.
He was in WrestleMania 3 with the little people.
Dude, look, Jake Roberts never held a title in WWE. He's deserving of being in the Hall of Fame, which is why he's there. You know, Bret Hart, of course. Hogan, despite how I feel about the guy, of course he's in there. You know, Eddie Guerrero. All legends like Mick Foley, you know, DDP. Guys like that. We don't need a Hillbilly Jim. Is Coco Beware in there?
Yes, he is. That's the low bar everyone sets.
Yeah.
For when it comes to wrestlers.
Like Coco Beware, I love you, man, but you don't deserve to be in the WWE Hall of Fame. You know. Hopefully China gets in this year. You know, we shall see, because they're really running out of people.
And that's why I would have such a high bar for the Hall of Fame, to where it's like the Baseball Hall of Fame. You only have 4 people at most thrown in every single year.
You don't need like 9 people inducted every year. 4 or 5, that's fine. That's absolutely fine.
And it cuts down. It might not even cut down on the show length, but it probably will. You give 4 or 5 people the chance to have 4 or 5 really good speeches that you're going to care about. You have your Rock speech. You have, you know, I don't know who would come out for China. Triple H talks about China, and you know,
let X-Pac do it.
Okay, let X-Pac do it. Whatever. You can have.
You have your tag team go in. You have your faction go in. Well, that's like 4 spots right there. You know.
And your celebrity wink.
No, God, please, no.
I mean, come on.
Do the Ultimate Warrior.
We need Bob Barker to go in and give us a speech before he's taken from us.
Oh my God! Why would you say that?
I mean, I'm being honest out here. Bob
Barker's enjoying retirement, dude. Let him be. You know, Wayne Brady's probably going to go in the Hall of Fame. He had that little kerfuffle with Randy Orton. Kevin Federline's going in the Hall of Fame. You know, he beat John Cena. How many men can say that? AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan, Randy Orton, and Kevin Federline all beat John Cena in a match.
Britney Spears and Dexum? I don't think they're on the
Christian! Go in the Hall of Fame. There we go. Throw my peep in there. I'd be down for it. Love me some Christian. Christian Cage. Those are great times. All right, Blue Rhino. Hope you guys do the podcast on Valentine's Day. Well, you got your wish. So that you can talk about who are some of your favorite couples in wrestling.
China and Triple H. Oh yeah.
My time. Hey, that was a good time.
Now do we mean like backstage couples or like on-screen couples?
Like, I think like real life couples, like really together.
Oh, okay.
Nothing beats Savage and Elizabeth. You know, that's a power couple. That Elizabeth always will be the first lady of wrestling. Sorry, Maria. Maria and Mike, I do enjoy them. I do.
Still waiting for Nikki and John to get back together.
Absolutely.
It's meant to be.
Daniel and Bree, they're so cute, you know.
Paige and Brad Maddox.
Wow. Dude, hey man, we can't go there.
Oh, I thought we were going real life couples.
We're not allowed to go there.
What? I'm
God,
just saying.
I got press passes to go see Fighting with My Family. You want to throw that out there?
Well, I kept asking you. You never told me officially that you got them, so I just assumed we're throwing that down the drain.
God, oh my goodness.
Hey, have you seen the video where the
Whoa,
page?
whoa,
No,
whoa.
no, not those videos.
Okay.
Well, it actually kind of does do with that.
Oh my
But
God.
the actress who plays Paige was talking with doing an interview with the group with the cast, and she's like, "Oh, luckily I can learn a lot from Paige because there's a whole bunch of videos out there." And Paige looks at the camera and gives like a grin. It was hilarious. Paige just has fun with it.
I don't know about all that. Okay. Rusev and Lana.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Rusev and Lana. Happy Rusev Day. That's a cute little couple, huh?
Jimmy and Naomi.
Oh my God. Renee and Dean.
Aleister Black and Zelina Vega.
Yes. Nikki Cross and Killian Dane. All these couples, man. All these couples. Happy Valentine's.
Sonya Deville and Seth Rollins' ex-girlfriend who leaked his nudes.
You're just going there today.
I'm going there.
Look, happy Valentine's Day to all the WWE couples, past, present, future. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody. Love is love. Go be with your loved one.
CM Punk and AJ.
Yes.
There you go.
Probably my favorite couple. My boy Phil Brooks and Little Miss AJ.
Adam Cole and Britt Baker.
Yes.
Cody and Brandy.
Adam Cole. Oh my God. Cody and Brandy. Happy Valentine's Day, Brandy. Happy Valentine's Day, Cody. I appreciate you guys.
Settle down.
Whoa. You know?
Candice and Gargano.
Okay, yes.
I thought for the longest time Joey Ryan and Candice were together, but apparently not.
Dude, Triple H and Stephanie.
Meh.
Wow. Vince and Linda. Happy Valentine's Day. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate them. Yes.
Mickey James and Nick Aldis.
There you go.
We're just
Maurice.
gonna sit here and just name every single couple we can think of.
I think we might.
We can go an hour.
We could go an hour. You know. Happy Valentine's Day to all these beautiful couples.
Marty Scurll and Deonna Purrazzo. I'm breaking out
There you go.
the deep cuts out here.
Ricochet and oh my God, Casey
Catanzaro.
Yes, I couldn't say it.
Beautiful.
John Morrison and Ty Valkyrie. There you go.
Bianca Belair and the skinny dude from the Street Profits.
Montez Ford.
Whatever. Huh.
What? Hey, yo. How you gonna say that?
Montel Vontavious Porter.
How you gonna diss my boy? Shout out MVP. Shout out VP. Booker and Charmel. Shout out. All right, I think we've had enough of that. I think we've.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because pretty much every single picture on my Instagram feed is just couples.
Really?
Pretty much.
That's nice, man. It's good.
So beautiful.
Godfather and the you know what's? Yeah.
Ken and Ryan Shamrock. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look it up.
Oh my God. Have you heard the Pritchard podcast about how they found her?
Yep.
That's great. All right, last one. FTR for life, brother. Honest thoughts on Kenny Omega signing with AEW.
It's a very big get for them.
I'll let you take that one.
It's a very big get for them. Maybe I'd say the biggest signing they've had to date. I mean, Chris Jericho is Chris Jericho, but I think Kenny, he hasn't been overexposed in WWE. He's been in New Japan for a long time. He's been over there like exclusively, so we haven't seen him on weekly television being overexposed. And he's up there in age, being honest, but I think he's a very good get for him. I was listening to a podcast today, and they were talking about, would you rather have taken Seth Rollins or Kenny Omega? I don't know, because Seth Rollins has been in that WWE bubble. He has the cachet of being a top guy in WWE. He has been kind of held back in terms of athletic ability, because if you've seen Tyler Black on the indie scene, the boy could go. He's younger than Kenny, but I think I'd still pick Kenny because I think Kenny overall is a more fleshed out, better character than Seth Rollins.
I'll look at it like this, you know. I'm not gonna lie, when I was watching the live stream of the ticket announcement party and Kenny showed up, and I was a little disappointed. I'm not gonna lie. Look, you know, in the back of my mind, I guess I kind of knew, you know, that he was gonna join them. You know, he's a part of the elite, all elite wrestling. You know, Matt put out on social media they weren't gonna do this without their good friend Kenny. But look, people, you should have wanted to see him in WWE. Like I said, I mean, Bryan, Balor, Rollins, Aleister Black, Gargano, Ciampa. I would have loved to see Kenny Omega versus Roman Reigns or versus John Cena, or hell, go after the Authority, let him have a match with Hunter. I would have loved to have seen stuff like that, but you know, this contract is what, like 3 or 4 or 5 years, something like that. So after this contract is up, will Kenny go to WWE? Honest to God, don't know. I don't know. How old is he?
30. I'll look it up. I'm thinking like 37, 38.
It was like 30. I thought it was like 35.
I don't know, 35.
I didn't realize he was that old.
Let's see, how old
How was Kenny Omega?
is Mr. Tyson Smith? He is 35.
He's 35. Okay.
He's going to be 36 in October.
And pro wrestling's weird. You know, you hit your prime into like your mid to late 30s into your early 40s. Like AJ's 41 right now, is still killing it. So you know, maybe Kenny will be like that. But you know, as of right now, I'm interested to see what he's going to do in All Elite Wrestling. His match with Jericho, as I said, I'm looking forward to. But we'll see. We shall see. Moving on, let's get into the Raw recap. So, Becky Lynch, she has a big decision to make, and it has unexpected consequences. So, last week, you know, Becky assaulted Stephanie, slapped Hunter, and so she shows up on Raw, and Hunter and Steph say, you have to apologize. We'll give you 3 hours to make this apology, but you have to apologize by the end of the night, or else, you know, you'll be pulled from WrestleMania or something like that. Anyway, so Becky is having conversations throughout the night with different people. She had an exchange with Alexa Bliss. She had an exchange with Finn Balor. She said his abs still look really cool, by the way, which, you know, they do. And so Becky Lynch comes back out at the end of the show. No, she had a backstage thing with Ronda, too. Becky comes back out at the end of the show, apologizes. And Hunter Steph Hart say, okay, cool, yeah. And then VKM, the big boss, comes out. And this line was cool, you know, he said, Becky, you're not the man, I'm the man, you know. I'm Vince McMahon. Anyway, he said she's suspended for basically having an ego, and that this match needs something better. It needs Charlotte Flair, which I told you people was going to happen. So, Becky's suspended for 60 days. Charlotte Flair takes Becky's spot at WrestleMania in the Raw Women's title match against Ronda Rousey. Thoughts?
Okay. A lot to unpack here. It's like over a half hour of television to talk about. So I'm going to take them in chunks. The beginning part was good. I thought Becky carried herself well. She carried herself. She had her usual swagger. It set up, you know, put her like in a tough decision. But I thought she was going to come out and she was just going to tell them to shove it. And we were going to get her, like, you know, not flipping them off, but, you know, something to that ilk of her just being defiant. And I was thinking maybe they're going to do something like that to where they screw her over and anything. But no, so she mulls it over for 3 hours. She comes out, and then she just ends up apologizing to them, which kind of deflated the crowd a little bit and deflated me. It was just like, really? That's it? She just comes out and say, oh, okay, I'm sorry, even though it was like the most insincere apology you'll ever see in your life.
Yeah, you see, this, sorry to cut you off, but this is, this is, you know, people say, oh, she's like Austin. No, Stone Cold, you know, he would be like, I'm sorry, you're a piece of trash, flip him off, hit him with a stunner, go on about his business. Then the next week they would have punished him. You know, why couldn't she say you're sorry, I'm sorry, you guys are so pathetic into believing I would actually be sincere about what I did, I don't care about what I did, I'm the man, yada yada yada. And then I would have loved to have seen her like attack Vince and put him in the disarmor. Then the next week they take action against her. Like, that would have been cool, you know, something like that. But the clip of Charlotte being added into the match is now the most disliked video on their YouTube page ever. It surpassed the Roman Reigns "This Is My Yard Now" the night after he beat Taker at Mania. Like, people are not happy.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so take it to the second part to where the Vince McMahon stuff comes out. So Becky, she apologizes. So they're like, okay, that kind of sucked. But then we get Ronda come out, and I was like, okay, we're going to end the show hot. There's like 3 minutes left. We're going to get like a nice promo back and forth, and we're going to get like a hot ending to the show, and it's going to, you know, just set up this match that we've been wanting. And then no, Vince McMahon comes out and just does Vince McMahon things and ends that crap ending with Charlotte coming out. Charlotte carrying herself like great. Like, this has nothing to do with Charlotte. Like, I don't think people are hating on Charlotte. They're hating on the company. Like, the dislikes aren't towards Charlotte. Charlotte's playing into it, which I think she should be doing since she is the heel. But now I'm scared to where it's not going to be Becky against Charlotte and Ronda. It's going to be Ronda and Becky going up against Charlotte, being the lone heel, instead of Becky going up against both of these women that she doesn't like. And they're like not like Charlotte and Ronda are going to team up together to go after Becky, but just like Becky's the underdog and she's fighting against the odds. But I think now, if it is gonna happen like this, to where it is going to be a triple threat, I'm scared they're not going to even do like the proper way to do a triple threat, to where it's Becky, on her own, trying to overcome all the odds and beat both of these badasses. Even though it should have been Becky versus Ronda, I'm hoping this is all one giant troll job. We still have Fastlane to figure this all out. We can have a match between Becky and Charlotte to determine who's actually going to be in the match.
Yeah, what if it's a big work?
I'm still holding out hope, but I wouldn't be shocked if it turns to be WrestleMania 2000 and we get a McMahon in every corner, to where Vince is with Charlotte, Triple H is with Becky, and Stephanie's with Ronda for God knows why, because she ripped her arm off last year. I don't know. It's WWE. Like, this episode of Raw was one of the worst written episodes of Raw I've ever seen. This was such a sloppily written episode of Raw. There was so many holes and just imperfections that it was just terrible.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out why would Hunter be with Becky? Put Linda with Becky. Put Shane with Ronda. Let all this run wild. But I do.
And put Asuka in there, because Asuka hasn't been on TV in a year.
Yeah, where the hell has she been? She's the champion.
I'm fine with that. Having her off TV for a little bit if she's not going to wrestle on Elimination Chamber.
Okay, so let's say Becky, she finds a way to get a match with Charlotte Fastlane, pins her, and Becky solidifies her spot. It's her and Ronda one-on-one. What happens to Charlotte?
I keep saying Asuka and Charlotte is the way to go. You set that up where Charlotte's properly cast as a heel, because I think Charlotte, like all this crap she's been getting for getting put in the match, I think the work she's been doing the last couple weeks as a heel, especially on SmackDown, was fantastic. I think Charlotte as a heel is properly cast and can be phenomenal and a top wrestler in the company.
Okay, but how do you get her there though? She lost number one contenders match. Why would you give her another title shot?
It's already pre-written. She beat Asuka at WrestleMania. Asuka has run through everybody on SmackDown practically. So Asuka can be like, I'm challenging you because you beat me and I want revenge. So yes, it may not be super hot, but I don't know when the timing works out. But a month, you can have a month of build and get this feud hot again.
You have Charlotte lose 2 pay-per-views in a row?
Yeah, I don't care.
Okay.
Charlotte can get her heat back. I'm not scared of Charlotte losing 2 pay-per-views in a row, because it's going to be against one of the hottest women in the company, one of the hottest wrestlers in the company, and then Asuka, who might be in a rebuild. Maybe they even have Charlotte beat Asuka again, because it's Asuka, and let's be honest, they don't push her a whole lot. Like she's been getting a little bit of a push in TLC, but I mean, she hasn't been on TV in 3 weeks now, so it's always stop and start with Asuka.
This is very true. No, I mean, we could talk about this situation more once we get to SmackDown and talk about Charlotte's promo, which was really good. But, ladies and gentlemen, the tag team titles, they change hands. Finally, the Revival has truly revived their career and are tag team champions on the main roster. They had a 3-seg match with Chad Gable.
A 3-seg main event tag team title match that they did not advertise once throughout the entire show. No promos, no adverts, no even graphics for this match. They just threw it out there. I was like, here you go.
But it was great.
It was great. They turned a dead crowd into a semi-hot crowd by the end of it.
Yeah.
But this is what I'm talking about. Why, especially if it's gonna be a tag title change, how do you not hype this match up? It's put in the deadest spot on Raw, and how do you not try to build that up and make it better?
I don't know, man. This episode of Raw had a lot of problems. But, I'm glad they got this instead of, some kickoff match like they normally would. But, seriously, congratulations to the Revival, Dash and Dawson. They did the damn thing. Chad Gable was excellent in this match. Bobby Roode, people give him a lot of crap. Yeah, let's go with that. For not being a great in-ring technician. I've seen Bobby Roode in TNA. The guy can go. He can still go at this age, I believe, and he had a nice showing in this match as well. It was all really good.
This is all just to build up to the unification match, to where the Revival have to job to McMiz. Or Nicholas and Braun Strowman reunite.
Oh my god, that was one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. God damn it. God, Al Snow and the Head as tag team champions would have been better than that. Yeah, I said it.
It's just Head,
It's just Head.
not the Head.
Yeah.
What does everybody want?
Head.
On Valentine's Day.
Jurgen. Oh my.
What? What?
Congratulations to the Revival. Congratulations to the Revival. What else happened on Raw? Seth Rollins shakes off fatal warning from Paul Heyman. This wasn't one of Heyman's usual over-the-top promos. It was simple. It was to the point. You know, you fear the Beast. The Beast is coming after you. The Beast is going to put you down. You may be the King Slayer, but you cannot slay the Beast. That's basically all Heyman said. And Seth said, I'm going to slay the Beast. And that's not a prediction. It's a spoiler.
It was good. I'm not going to sit here and say it was fantastic. It's not as good as the Seth Rollins promos we've had in the past couple weeks. The Paul Heyman promo, I feel sometimes when it's like those promos when Brock's not there and Paul is just there to fill time, those kind of lack heat and lack intensity from Paul, but it was fine for what it was. I mean, we have, 6 weeks to go till WrestleMania, or 8 weeks, whatever the hell it is.
We're going to see Brock 3 more times. We're going to see him on the Ric Flair birthday celebration episode, I believe March 3rd or something like that. And then, of course, the go home to WrestleMania. So you'll be seeing Brock 3 more times.
Ooh, 3 more times.
Yes. You got to sit on his ranch in Saskatchewan, bro.
It's hunting season.
Yes, exactly, Got to get your deer and your elk and all that other stuff. Yep.
Happy Valentine's Day. Brock Lesnar and Sable. Oh! There we go.
Yes.
More couples.
There you.
Sable and Mark Merrow.
Yes.
Deborah and Stone Cold. Stone Cold and his other 7 wives he's had.
Ric Flair and all of his wives. Oh, Conrad Thompson and Megan Flair. There we go. There we go.
There we go.
I forgot about that one. All right. Yes, so that happened. Nia Jax and Tamina, they defeat the Boxing Hut Connection.
We should get sponsored by Blue Chew. I mean, especially on Valentine's Day, I bet you Blue Chew making a killing today.
Sam Roberts is sponsored by Blue Chew. I should probably hit him up and say, what's your secret?
Yep.
Sam Roberts and his wife.
Especially, listen to the Eric Bischoff podcast. He gives great stories about Blue Chew.
Oh, man. Those 83 weeks he was on top. Somebody...
Hey-o.
I'm not... Hey-o. Yes. Yeah, Nia Jax and Tamina defeat the Boston Hut Connection and the Riot Squad. Were they the last to enter the chamber or something like that?
No, the Boston Hut Connection will be the first.
Oh, yes.
To enter the chamber.
Because Bayley got pinned, that's right. And then they did the same thing on SmackDown. Yeah.
Sasha apparently nursing some sort of injury. So I think she's going to be at Elimination Chamber. Not exactly clear, but that's kind of one of the reasons they kind of written her off on today to have Bayley work most of the match and put heat on her and have her lose. Once again, Ronda Rousey's having a match against Ruby Riott. Ruby Riott gets no promo time, no build towards this. It's basically a foregone conclusion Ronda's winning, and they're going straight to WrestleMania with Charlotte. But I mean, why even have this match at all if you're not going to build it? It makes no sense. It wastes an appearance of Ronda. It makes her less special. Yes, she's going to win, but it also hurts Ruby Riott because I think Ruby Riott has a lot of, promise and upside compared to other women on the roster. I mean, if you're going to have a tag team division, you're going to have a lot of women taken away that can't be in singles feuds, and I think Ruby being a singles competitor, being a top heel, if Ronda's gone and Becky or Charlotte's the champion, I mean, I think she's going to have to be there to fill a void and have some good matches.
Yes. All right. Finn Balor, Kurt Angle, and Braun Strowman defeat Drew McIntyre, Bobby Lashley, and Baron Corbin after a whole lot of nonsense.
Whole lot of shenanigans.
Yeah, I'm not even going to get into it. I'm just going to move on. Kevin Owens teases an in-ring return, so there's a little promo he did. He was at a bowling alley with his family because, Kevin Owens, he's a family man.
He's a sportsman.
Yes. All that stuff he did, all those terrible things he did, was for his family. So it makes it okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he said,
And he recorded this on a potato, it looked like.
Yes, yeah. He said, things need to shape up so the McMahons can figure out which brand he's going to be on. He's about a month away from coming back, so I'm excited to see KO back. We slim down. It's gonna be looking good.
It seems as though he was a babyface in this promo. doesn't mean he can't come back and, destroy somebody on his first week, because that's basically what happened when he debuted in NXT. He was a babyface, he was Sami Zayn's best friend, and then he destroyed him. So,
Yes.
I mean, I'm not really going to read too much into this. I think it was just Kevin Owens being Kevin Owens. He wasn't too dastardly, but it could play into him as a heel or as a babyface, so he can go either way.
I was on Instagram today and I saw the painting for the Festival of Friendship, and I was like, God, that was such a good segment. I miss Kevin Owens. I really do. I miss him. All right, Ruby Riott defeats Nikki Cross.
Shout out, Sean.
Yes. I saw him yesterday. He's doing good. All right, Dean Ambrose comes out after Seth Rollins' promo. He tells him to slay the beast, and then Dean Ambrose goes on to defeat...
Nikki Cross and Killian Dane.
I said that.
I don't listen to you.
Whoa!
I was too busy thinking about my own couples in my head, so I was just tuning you out.
Wow! That's very hurtful, man.
Nikki Cross and Sean. Liv Morgan and the little dude from Mustache Mountain. Tyler Bate.
Okay. Dean Ambrose defeats EC3.
Got really quiet in here.
It did get quiet in here.
Awkward turtle.
Yes. The people watching us on the TV screen outside are not happy.
I don't care. But once again, Dean Ambrose beats EC3. 50-50 booking. EC3 is already downgraded. He's a mute. He lost to Dean Ambrose, so what's the point of getting invested in this character?
The best aspect of EC3 is that he is great on the mic as a heel. Let the man speak. Don't focus on his body. Let him speak.
Or his bank account.
Yes. Buddy Murphy and Alexa Bliss. Yes. All right. We'll
Big E and Natalia's sister.
Is that really still a thing?
I don't know.
Kofi Kingston and his wife.
We're talking about wrestling relationships, wrestling families, wrestling.
That is a wrestler. He is in a relationship.
But he's not in a relationship with a wrestler.
All right, Xavier.
I don't know what we're talking about. We've gone downhill.
Yep, we have gone downhill. Smackdown Live. The Queen Charlotte Flair makes her way out to the ring. She cuts a great promo. She's playing to the crowd. They start chanting something, and she does the what chant. It was all fun. It was all great.
I mean, it's basically exactly what I said for Raw. Charlotte was great. No Becky here, which was a little surprising. I thought we were going to see something for Becky, but I mean, with her, violating her suspension like the last few weeks, it was going to be kind of weird to her to do it again. So, having Becky off the show builds heat for when she actually does return, which probably is just going to be on Raw next week. So, nothing much there. But Charlotte was fantastic this week.
Always is.
I don't know about always, but
wow.
This week she was.
She's a Flair. They're always great. Woo! All right, the Fabulous Glow defeats Absolution and the Iconics. Absolution, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville will be the first to enter the chamber.
Sarah Logan in a row. I'm still here. Just naming off random wrestling couples.
Eva Marie and that guy Jonathan she married. There you go.
Watched the finale of Celebrity Big Brother yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Which I meant like the last 5 minutes just to see who actually won. My boy Ricky Williams lost. I was so sad.
Who won?
I don't know.
Did Eva win?
No, she did not win.
What?
She was like one of the lost votes. So she was like the deciding factor. Well, not like deciding
Did
factor.
Lolo win? My girl win?
No. Tamia, not Tamia. I don't know. Some like,
Tamar Braxton won?
I think so. Yeah, that's who won. I have no idea who she is.
That's she was on The Real. It was a TV show. It's like The View. It's like The View.
Okay.
Yeah. So this
Too busy watching The Masked Singer.
Who's in the bunny? Who was that?
I'm gonna go with JC Chazet.
Okay.
From NSYNC. I'm 100% convinced that T-Pain is a monster.
All right.
You heard it here first, even though everyone else on Twitter is saying this.
I have those, on my DVR. I'm gonna have to catch up. All right. So after that, we have McMiz TV. They are the best tag team in the world.
Did you? We already talked. I cut you off when we were talking about the tag team match, didn't we?
I mean, there was
Nobody got hurt. It was good.
Yeah.
That's all we can ask for.
Hey.
Shout out to Manny's Donuts.
Yes.
And to Manny's Pizza.
Yeah. So the Usos, before Jimmy gets arrested.
When's a T-shirt like that coming out?
Yeah. Right here. Yeah. Shout out Vince. Yeah. So the Usos do that back and forth play-by-play promo type deal. It's funny. It's awesome. And then what? Yeah, Shane and Miz do like a tag team test, and Miz is like, Shane, what's my favorite color? Then he like whispers something in his ear, and then Shane gets red, and they're like, oh.
What is Miz's favorite minor league baseball team?
No idea.
The Toledo Mud Hens for the cheap pop, and one of the biggest pops of the night.
Oh. Anyway, all this ends with super kicks to both Shane and Miz, and so that match this Sunday shall be interesting.
It shall be interesting, especially with what has gone down over the past 24 hours.
Yes. Will Jimmy Uso have to revisit the penitentiary? Find out this Sunday. Alright, so there was a gauntlet match on Smackdown. Mustafa Ali, he was injured, so he will not be in the Elimination Chamber match. He was replaced with my boy, Kofi Kingston. Kofi Kingston! Winner gets the last entry spot in the chamber. And Kofi, he went the distance, eliminates Daniel Bryan, the WWE champion Daniel Bryan. Eliminates, Samoa Joe, Jeff Hardy. Finally succumbs to AJ Styles, and AJ succumbs to the 3 most deadly letters in pro wrestling, RKO.
It's a shame that Mustafa Ali had to be taken out of the match. He cut a nice little promo beforehand, kind of talking about his feelings about, being taken out of the match. I think it felt much more real than just saying, oh, he got taken out because of an injury, actually hearing him. And it's also a shame because it seems though this role that Kofi Kingston was playing was probably going to go to Mustafa Ali, and see Mustafa Ali kind of getting a star-making role, just beating Daniel Bryan again, going the distance, going whatever it was, like 45 minutes or whatever the exact time was. But, Kofi was great, and it set up Randy winning in the end for him to be the last guy. Don't know if that really means anything in the long term in the match itself, but sad to see that this couldn't be Mustafa Ali's like big coming out party. But
hey man, this reminded me of '09. Is it Kofi's time?
No.
Wow.
It's not.
Wow.
I think it shows promise for Mustafa Ali. Maybe Kofi Kingston as well. Maybe this is kind of like one of those things to where it opens up people's eyes. You're like, maybe New Day is better off splitting up amicably and just being their own people, not having a feud or anything. Just Big E does his thing, Xavier Woods does his thing, Kofi does his thing, and if they want to, they can come back and they can reunite. But they're just, we don't need a Shield split up. Just have everybody leave, that go their own separate ways, and it makes the roster a lot better.
Okay. Kofi had a great performance on Tuesday, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe he's like one of the final 2 in the chamber.
Maybe.
Maybe we shall see. All right, Elimination Chamber predictions. If you people follow us on
the gram.
On the gram, yes, I put out title defenses for the rest of the year, and I thought about it. Defending it like every month doesn't make the title special. It really doesn't. So NXT Takeover, what is that? New York, or what? The Takeover before WrestleMania.
Is it called Brooklyn?
Yeah.
Is it Brooklyn again?
I don't know. That's the next time the title will be defended. So this prediction.
This is like the IWGP Championship, not the WWE Championship. We don't defend it on every house show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is better than the IWGP. Don't compare it to that. At least compare it to like the Ring of Honor title with some prestige. God.
You just put over Jay White, and now you're burying his
title.
I
love Jay White. Once he makes that title prestigious, then I'll come back. I'll say something nice about New Japan. They should have put it on my boy Cody, but Gaido, whatever the hell that guy's name is, didn't see the future. No, so Jay White has to make that thing mean something. Sorry, I apologize.
Back to the Elimination Chamber.
Yes, all right. The Intercontinental Championship. Lashley, Bobby Lashley with Leo Rush in his corner defends his Intercontinental Championship against Finn Balor. Is it Balor's time?
I don't think so, because I thought this was a handicap match.
Was it a handicap match?
I believe it's a handicap match for the IC Championship, so I think that's the way they wiggle out of this and have Finn Balor lose without having him do like a clean job. So I'm going to go with Lashley to retain. Maybe even Leo Rush is champion by the end of that, but I'm going to go with Bobby Lashley. Who cares?
That's weird.
The title's on the line, so I can just say some stupid stuff like I always do, but not to pay for it later.
All right, the Cruiserweight Championship, Buddy Murphy defends against Akira Tozawa. Murphy keeps it. Plain and simple.
I don't watch 205 Live, so I'm just going to go with Murphy, because it's Murphy.
LeBron Strowman versus former Constable Corbin.
No DQ, which means there could be some shenanigans.
There will be shenanigans.
But Braun Strowman's winning because it's Braun Strowman.
It is Braun Strowman. I'll go with Braun. SmackDown Live Tag Team Championships, Miz and Shane versus the Usos. I got Miz and Shane.
I will do Miz and Shane as well. Maybe the Usos don't even show up. Who knows?
Raw Women's Championship, Ronda Rousey versus Ruby Riott. Titles on the line. I got Ronda Rousey.
Well, Ruby, she's an up-and-comer, and I put her over. And, she's a very underrated worker, but I think she's going to come a little bit short on this one. I think Ronda's going to win.
All right. The Women's Tag Team Championship. This is what we've all been waiting for. Nia Jax and Tamina versus the Riot Squad of Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan. Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. The Iconics Peyton Royce and Billie Kay versus the Boston Hug Connection. Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Naomi and Carmella.
They're all four of them are the Boston Hug Collection?
No. There was a separation there.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear the comma. Okay.
I got Mandy and Sonya.
You got them running the gauntlet and going all the way through.
I got Mandy and Sonya. They both have Elimination Chamber experience. Not forget that. Let's not forget that.
What do you think this is? What do you think this is plastered on the card? I think this is
Opens the show.
I don't know if you'd open the show with it. I think maybe like third match.
Third match.
I don't know. I think the men's match should main event.
Is the WWE title actually going to main event a dual branded pay-per-view?
I hope so.
Oh my god. When was the last time that happened? Last time it main evented a pay-per-view, Jinder Mahal was champion. Like almost 2 years ago.
Anyways, I will go with Iconics. That was a terrible Iconic impersonation. I'm going to go with the Iconics because they're an actual tag team, and they're annoying, and they can cut promos.
And they have real tag team experience.
Not the best wrestlers in the world, but I think Vince is going to be amused with them jumping back and forth and doing their shtick. So, and I'd much rather have an actual tag team win this than Bayley and Banks, just because I think they need to be separated, not in a feud, just they need to be singles acts and have singles feuds. I'd much rather them be separate than be together.
Yes. All right, the WWE Championship. The new Daniel Bryan defends against the phenomenal AJ Styles, the Viper Randy Orton, the Samoan Submission Machine Samoa Joe, the Enigma Jeff Hardy, and one of the most decorated wrestlers in WWE, Kofi Kingston, inside the Elimination Chamber.
I'm going to go with my boy D-Bry.
Got the hoodie on.
Maybe going to get some shenanigans with Rowan on the outside. Maybe we get Harper coming out, and maybe we're going to get a nice Wyatt family reunion.
Bray Wyatt shows up.
Yeah, just all of them show up, but this time Daniel Bryan's the leader. And I think Daniel Bryan's going to win. Does this go to WrestleMania? Does this go to Fastlane? What's going to be the repercussions? Who knows? But I think Daniel's going to hold it. They have a new championship. You got to have it for a little while to make it last. Get those replicas pumped out so you can make some money.
Rumor has it.
Rumor and innuendo.
Once once Daniel loses it, they're going to bring back the regular WWE Championship, but it's going to have a blue strap. And if that happens, I will eat my hat. I don't know which hat.
The dirtiest one you have.
That's oh god. Oh. I got a dusty one. Yeah.
Dusty Rhodes?
Hot times, baby. Sorry. I'm sorry, Cody. Superstar Spotlight, it hasn't happened yet. It will happen after Elimination Chamber. I will let you people know on my instant analysis of the Elimination Chamber, by the way. I will be doing that.
I'll go with Kofi Kingston. Why not? It's an easy pick. But
Kofi Kingston.
Who would have thought going into this week that he was going to be the 60-minute man and pull off upset wins over Samoa Joe and Daniel Bryan? So good for Kofi. Shout
out Kofi Kingston. All right. My promo pick of the week, Mark Henry's famous retirement speech with the Salmon Jacket Raw, June 17th, 2013. Yeah. This is when John Cena was WWE champion. Mark Henry said, he was just saying it's time to go home or whatever. He put his boots out on the stage, hugs John, hits him with the World's Strongest Slam, and he's like, I got a lot left in the tank. They should have put the title on Mark. I felt like they should have done it. I really do. But, it didn't happen.
I'm going to be honest, Twitter spoiled this for me when I was watching this. I think I was watching on a delay or something, so I had it spoiled that it was a whole swerve at the end. So I didn't have the real emotion that I could have when I watched this live.
It was great.
So I mean, I'm not the biggest Mark Henry fan in the world, so maybe if I know,
Somebody gonna get their ass kicked.
I know it's going to be me
What?
because I'm talking smack about him. But anyways, it was good. It was one of the most memorable, maybe the most memorable moment of his career.
Yes, the jacket, the Salmon jacket, is in the WWE warehouse. Yes, so that's how important this was.
Yep. So good on Mark. Didn't really lead anywhere. I mean, he had a feud with John Cena, but it wasn't very memorable. People remember this a lot more than the actual matches itself.
I mean, if he had won the title, it would have, you know, I'm just saying. All right, close match pick of the week. Take it away.
So we've been following this Rock and Mankind feud the last couple weeks. We had the halftime heat match. We had the promo pick last week where this basically set up the last man standing match. And this is from the St. Valentine's Day Massacre that we talked about earlier on in the show.
20 years ago today.
20 years ago today, 1999. Watched this match for the first time. Every time when we say St. Valentine's Day Massacre, you think of Stone Cold versus Vince McMahon in the cage match when Paul White, the Big Show, makes his WWF debut, which technically that was the main event. This was not. It was a last man standing match. It was a fun little walk and brawl. Some shenanigans at the end. So I think it's going to conclude our following of this storyline. We all know in the end, The Rock ends up getting the championship, defends it against Stone Cold at WrestleMania 15. Possibly a match pick later, but who knows?
Yes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for following us today, listening to us. Follow us on Twitter at BulletCast, Instagram The BulletCast, YouTube channel The BulletCast. Email us at BulletCast2 as in the number 2 sweet swet@gmail.com. 99.9 FM KW in Watsonville, iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, TuneIn, Google Play, iHeartRadio, and so many other platforms. I guess that's it for us. Elimination Chamber. I will be bringing you that performance-enhancing audio after that. APW in March. Was it the 30th of March? Yeah, SCU coming to the Bay. You never know who's going to show up. I will be there. I believe Brandon will be there. I will keep you people posted if I go double or nothing. Thank you so much. Ta-ta for now.
This has been the Bulletcast. Thank you for listening.